Hey, YouTubers and YouTubettes! It's your friendly neighborhood Jex Russell coming at you with a new segment I like to call Jex Russell's Concert Memories, where, obviously, as you may have guessed, I'm going to be talking about different concerts I've been to in the past. Unfortunately, I haven't been to that many concerts in my life. There's always something that got in the way. Either they were too far away or just couldn't afford it. Because of these reasons, I haven't been to that many concerts. But the few concerts I have been to, I just love talking about them. So hopefully you're going to have as much fun listening as I have talking. So the first concert I thought I would talk about is the time I saw Anvil. I saw Anvil in Moncton on May 9th of 2011. So it's been almost 5 years now. And just what a great time it was. So let's go back in 2011. About a month before the show, my buddies Travis and Levi, the Judd brothers, they come to me and they're like, dude, Anvil is coming to Moncton. So actually, I didn't even live in Moncton at the time. We all lived in Bathurst, which is about a 2.5 hour drive away. So we all thought like, okay, they're coming. Anvil's coming so close, it'd be crazy not to go. So let's do it. Before I knew it, I was at Travis and Levi's house online. I'm the one with a credit card, right? So we're online buying tickets. I'm buying tickets for all of us, and I bought tickets for me, Travis, Levi, Lucas, and our friend Devin. So I bought tickets for all of us. And then all we had to do was wait. And what a long wait it was. But finally, the time finally came. Fast forward to the night before the concert, okay? May 8th. Lucas came over to my place because we had planned that he was going to sleep over. And then the morning after, we're going to drive to Moncton and just make a day of it, spend the day there. But the night before the concert, Lucas comes over and he's just like sick as a dog. He was not feeling well at all. So he's like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the show. And I'm like, oh man, you have to come. It won't be the same without you. But he really wasn't feeling well. So I told him to just sleep on it. Hopefully you'll be feeling better in the morning. So the next morning, the day of the concert, I wake up. I go over to the guest room where Lucas was sleeping. And I'm like, good morning. How you feeling, dude? And he's like, he wakes up, takes a few minutes, just kind of, sees how he's feeling. And then he's like, I think I'm going to be good to go. I'm like, yes! So we hop into the Jexmobile. We drive, yes, the Jexmobile, that's what I call my car. We hop into the Jexmobile. We drive over to Travis and Levi's place where our other friend Devin, he had spent the night there. So we picked the three of them up. They hop in the Jexmobile, and then we were on the road.
What's happening, YouTubers and YouTubettes? Jex Russell on the road for Cinnabro Supreme. And as you can see, we got a full house going on in the Jexmobile. The car is packed. Introduce who's this right here? Oh, so you've seen this guy, Lucas, with his OJ Skywalker. How's it going? And right over here, look in the back seat. That's Levi from Moncton Cinemas. I'm gonna do me first. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody knows you, Travis. Travis, and the new person, the new guy on the channel. What up, B-Dot? This is Devin.
And why are we getting together here?
Oh my God. Well, we're heading to Moncton, which is like a 2-hour drive. And we're heading to see the Canadian Lords of Metal, Anvil. Yeah! Anvil. Woo! And going back to Kennedy.
Like on the other side of the road.
Hard to drive and headbang at the same time. A mistake. Yeah, big mistake.
So after that, a few hours pass. We finally get to Moncton. We must have got to Moncton. It must have been around 11 a.m., maybe 12 noon. I can't quite remember. Point being that we had a lot of time to kill because the concert wasn't until 8:30 that night. So, we just spent the day just going from store to store, movie shopping, music shopping, comic book shopping. We did it all, man. So, eventually, it was getting closer to the concert. So we're like, well, we should really find out where the concert is. We didn't even know. Like, we knew it was at a place called the Oxygen nightclub, but we didn't know how to get there. So when we were at the comic book shop, we got directions from the guy who was working, and we went off looking for the place. So finally, we find it. We're like, okay, there it is, the Oxygen nightclub. And yeah, it had a big tour bus right outside of it. So we're like, that's got to be it. So I'm driving around looking for a place to park. And I feel Lucas, which is in the passenger seat next to me. I feel him, he's starting to like freak out. And he's like, it's him! And then we're all like, what the heck is going on? So we all look around, the rest of us, we're looking around. And then outside of the tour bus, we see Rob Reiner, the drummer. He's just standing there outside of the bus, just chilling. And we're like, whoa. So, being the driver of the car, I have the power to roll down all the windows, which is exactly what I did. So I rolled down all of the windows. we're shouting at the top of our lungs, doing the devil horns and whatnot. I yell out, Rob! He turns around, like, what's going on? And he sees, I just like to envision what it must have looked like in his eyes, He turns around, he sees these 5 maniacs crammed into a small Toyota Corolla, devil horns sticking out of every which window, just shouting like maniacs. And then this little smile came over his face, and he just went like this. It was the coolest thing. It was just so smooth. It wasn't a peace sign. It wasn't a wave. It was kind of a cross in between. He just went like this. And we were like, whoa, like that was amazing. He acknowledged us. So I finally find a place to park. And I'm going to show you. Here's some video footage of us right after it happened. We're just kind of going over what just happened to us. Check it out.
So explain what just happened.
Oh, you never filmed it yet?
Well, we didn't film on this camera.
You got this directions from this nice gentleman. What was his name?
Renee.
But anyway, so we're told to keep going down Main Street. You're going to see this place called the Paramount. And he said right after that, you're going to see the road. Just take it. You're going to see this place called the Oxygen Nightclub. So we take it. We're looking the right side, but it's really on our left. Right. I said, well, there it is. It says the O2 Oxygen Nightclub. We're like right there, the 9th, Anvil. And out of nowhere, Luke is like, you gotta say this part. I don't remember what I said. I'm still so excited. I remember you said, it's the guy. I couldn't remember his name, man, for some reason. Yeah, Rob Reiner. In the flesh. Rob Reiner. The leather, and the tallness, and the hair, and the fucking little, he's there. So anyway, we're driving by. I roll down my window. We're all shouting like idiots. Woo! And I yell his name and go, Rob! He turns around. And he tips his hat. He waves. He acknowledges us. Yeah. At first he was just like, "What? What's going on? Like, who knows me here?" But then he gave us a smile, and a sign, full gentleman. Yeah. But the crazy thing is that there he was, and he's tall. Like, we even know he's tall, but holy gee! And he lifts up this big hand wave, and all of us just shut the fuck up. We're starstruck right now. We didn't even see lips yet. Oh my lord!
So finally, it was time. Concert time. We went into the building. We checked in, whatever, and we luckily we were early, so we went right up to the stage. We were front row. It was amazing. So the concert, it started a little late, so we had a lot of time to wait, but we weren't moving. We were staying right there in front of the stage. And there was one point of the concert I remember. I love it. I call it a Spinal Tap moment. We're just kind of waiting for the concert to start, and then Rob Reiner and Glenn Five, the bass player at the time, they both kind of walk into the crowd, but you could tell that wasn't part of their plan. They just kind of walked in by accident. They must have been looking for their dressing room or something. So the crowd all turns around and looks at them, and we all start cheering, yelling at the top of our lungs. And then they acknowledge us. They're all like, "All right, hey, nice to see you," but you could tell they had a mission. And then we're trying doors, and every door was locked. They couldn't get where they were going. It was just so awkward. But they handled it. They handled it well, and then they're like, "All right, not yet though. It's not time for us yet, but we'll see you soon." So that to me is like a Spinal Tap moment. It really reminded me of that part in the movie when when they're trying to find the stage and they can't find it. It was kind of like that. So eventually the concert started, and it was just amazing. I think about it, and a lot of it is blurred, just because it was just so surreal to me. I'm actually seeing Anvil live. I've been enjoying their music for years. I love watching the documentary. It's one of my favorite rock and roll documentaries ever. But I'm seeing them live, so a lot of it is just a blur. I just couldn't believe it. And they opened up with, I don't remember a lot of the set list, but I do remember the song they opened up with was March of the Crabs, that instrumental track, which is one of my favorite metal instrumental tracks ever. It was just such a great way to open the show. And then they just played so many great songs. And one point I remember is Lips starts telling a story about how he met Dio, which is funny because our buddy Levi was wearing a Dio T-shirt, so we couldn't help but wonder, is that a coincidence? Was he gonna tell that story anyway, or did he just see Levi's T-shirt and it just sparked a memory? We don't know, but we just thought it was cool anyway. It was just a great coincidence, and it's just an awesome show. And then eventually towards the end, at the end. Lips grabs the microphone and says, "All right, guys, we've been a little naughty. Our new album hits stores tomorrow, but we're selling copies that you can buy tonight." So Juggernaut of Justice was being released the next day, but they were selling copies, so I went and bought one. And then Lips goes and says, "We're gonna go out and smoke a joint, But you guys stick around because we'll be right back, and if you want to talk, we'll talk. So we're like, okay, we're obviously not going anywhere. That would be crazy. So we stuck around, and obviously they didn't all come back at the same time. They all kind of came back one at a time while the other ones took breaks. So the first one we met, once again, Rob Reiner. And, he was kind of talking to people, so I just waited around for my chance. And then when I saw he was free, I went up to him. And I can't even remember what I said. I think we kind of chit-chatted a little bit. And I was just telling him what a great set they played and how I think they're amazing. And then we just kind of talked a little bit more. And then eventually I asked him, would you mind signing my copy of the CD? And just the way he talks is just so chill and down to earth. He was like, yeah, man, it's happening. Right now, let's do it. It was just like, all right. So I gave him my copy, and here it is. He signed it, and spoiler alert, you can see everyone else signed it, but I'm sure you guys assumed that. It was just so awesome. And then we took a picture with Rob. So here's a picture of us with Rob Reiner. That's Devin, Travis, myself, and Lucas with Rob Reiner. He's just such a great dude. They're all awesome guys. They're just so nice. The second guy who came out was Glenn Five, which I think it's awesome that I got to see the band when he was still in the band, because less than a year later he had quit, and I know they weren't really getting along, or there was creative differences in the band. But I like Glenn Five as a bass player. I think he was a great bass player. He had great stage presence, like the way he was just kind of rocking out, moving from one side of the stage to the other. You could tell he looked like he was having fun, and then having met him, he was just such a nice dude, just same thing. I told him what a great job they had done, and what a great band I thought they were, and he signed my copy of the CD, and just a great guy. So I'm happy to have seen the band with Glenn Five. I like him. And then finally, the man, Lips, comes out. Now Lips was harder to access. Like obviously everyone, he's the front man, right? So everyone wants to meet him. So everyone went out to Lips. So we waited around, we're in no hurry. It was getting late. It was probably 1 a.m. at this point. We had a 2.5-hour drive to get back home. But we're like, doesn't matter. We want to meet the man. So we stuck around, and eventually we got to meet Lips. And again, I was just so starstruck. This guy, he's just such a cool dude. And I don't even really remember what we talked about. I do remember telling him how I respect them for, just hanging in there and sticking to their guns and everything. I just told him how I think they're one of the greatest metal bands still around. And the appreciation that came over his face, you could just see, he really appreciated what I was telling him. And he was just like, thanks, man. Again, really nice guy. And, he signed my CD. And then I asked him, would he take a picture of us? So I took a picture. Here's a picture of myself, Lips, and Lucas. And I printed that picture out for Lucas a few years ago, and I gave it to him for Christmas as an 8x10. I didn't even print one for myself. I got to do that eventually, but I love that picture of us with Lips. It captures just such a great memory of a great night. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I feel like I'm rambling on here, but yeah, it was just such a great night seeing Anvil. Like I said, being a fan of the band and their documentary, it's just I never thought I'd get to see them, let alone meet them. Looking back, if I would have known I was going to meet them, I would have brought my copies of Metal, Hard and Heavy, or Forged in Fire to get signed. But I didn't bring them. I didn't think I'd actually get to meet the band, So, but luckily I bought a copy of Juggernaut of Justice, and I got that signed. So this is one of my prized possessions in my music collection. So it's actually playing in the background. Some of you might have noticed. So that's the time I got to see Anvil. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these. And if everything goes well, next time I'll be telling you about the time I saw Kiss. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have one. And take care, guys.
My terrible. Oh man.